Hello and welcome to another video. I'm going to show you something called Sparklines. Sparklines, think of them as, if you know anything about charts and graphs, right? You have a chart, right, which is usually like an object. It's like a floating object. A sparkline is kind of the same thing, except it exists in a cell, right? It doesn't give you as much information, but it does give you really simple things like my values are going up, my values are going down. Do I have losses? Do I have gains? Anything like that. So let me show you what they look like. And the way you want to do it is, first you want to select where you're going to put them. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to go insert. And over here, you're going to see Sparklines. Let's start with the lines. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm only going to teach the line on column 1 in this one. I'm going to forego the win-loss at the moment because I don't really even use that. And also, it doesn't really give you that much information. So in my opinion, these are the two to go for. So let's go line. And I'm going to pick the data range, which is this. Okay, and as you can see, these are just my sales across the week for that week. I go OK, and you'll see it's actually created a little line. So this tells me the week started good, I kind of bottomed out, and then near the end, I started making some pretty good gains. And I can duplicate this much like any other formula all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so each time I can see this week I had a little dip, so it'd be interesting to know what happened there. This one I had a little spike. This one was all the way up, meaning my sales were going up throughout the week, which is good. And also you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. So let's say I select this, I go to design, I can show where the high point happened, right? So let's see little red dots there. I can show where the low point is, again there. You can show any time that there's a negative value, which I don't actually have. So let me just put one in there. So let's say minus 50, right? You can see a red dot there, that a negative happened. What else? Let's go back. You can show the first point, which is kind of, I don't really see the point in showing the first point. Okay, because the first point's always the first point. Okay, you can show the last point. All right, and then you can just show all the markers. All right, now I'm going to leave that one on so I can show you the next bit, which is the formatting. You can change the color, right, using any one of these, and there's a lot to choose from. Okay, so up to you which one you decide to choose. You can also set your colors. Okay, depending on which aspect you want to color your high points, color your low points. For example, maybe low points are good, so you make them green. High points are bad, so you make them red, that kind of thing. Now, let's say you don't actually need these anymore. To get rid of them, you just click clear. Okay, and that gets rid of them. Now, you can also group them so that when you make formatting changes, actually, let me do it first, just so I'm recollecting properly. So if I go here, and ungroup. Sorry, by default, when you make them, they're already grouped. Okay, so that when you do the formatting, I believe it's all extended. All right, so let's turn this off. Yeah, so even though I haven't selected the whole thing, it's considered a group. So when I do formatting, it does it all together. So if I ungroup, it applies it just to that one, as you can see. Okay, so let's undo that. I still want them in groups, right? And to quickly change this to a column one, I simply select it and I go over here to column. So now they're all column. Again, you can show high points. I'm going to make that high point a bit different. So let's say make that red. So I honestly think that this gives you a lot more information because you can say that nothing really happens at the start of the week in terms of the information. A lot of that happens midweek to the end of the week. You can show your low point. Okay. Again, I can color that low point. So let's say I want to make that green. Okay. How come that didn't work? Low point. Let's make it orange. You have to turn this one off. Let's try that again. Low point green. Why isn't that working? I think maybe because I need negatives. There we go. Right, so your low points can only be in the negative. Oh no, I see. It is there. It's just the low points are really small, as you can see, but they're green. So let's go back. I'll make them red or something. Maybe you can see it a lot better. Low point red. You can just see them turning red. I just realized because the low is the smallest line. Okay, and it always will be. All right, and that's basically what you can do with Sparklines. So this was kind of introduced a bit later on in the Excel versions, but nonetheless, a really, really cool feature. So hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.